Have you ever bumped into your cat outside of your house in the neighborhood? How was the interaction? I was driving past a school a couple of blocks from home and saw his fat ass disappearing through a side gate. Pulled over and said to him through the fence, "What are you doing out here?" Quote, you could see from the confusion on his face that he was surprised to see me. It was all, "Wait, what?" Quote, he meowed at me a couple of times, then wandered off to whatever business he was up to. LMAO, you make it sound like he's your friend and you're fucking with him, lol. I grew up in a rural community where it was common to have cats wandering around in the neighborhood. We had a cat that always came over to our place that we fed. She was the friendliest cat, as long as she was within the bounds of our property. As soon as she left the edge of our driveway though, she would run away from you if you tried to approach her. Not sure why being outside of our lawn caused a 180-degree personality shift, but that's the way she was. I've had boyfriends with similar tendencies. I imagine walking beside his car as he backs out of the driveway. "Bye honey. Have fun. See you tonight." Quote, car crosses curb asterisk asterisk. Ew, who are you? Why are you talking to me? Quote, squealing tires asterisk asterisk. Pretty sure this is accurate. I ask them, "Why are you outside? Ricardo? You are an indoor kitty. Do not run or resist, I have you now. Return to me," and then he just run. Your cat has the best name. Best name by Milos. Pro tip. If your cat gets outside and runs from you, don't try to catch her. Instead, ignore her. Cats can't stand to be ignored and will come running right over to you. Especially if you do something like read a book on the grass or something. I was the cat whisperer in our family. Yeah, found out he would regularly visit the pub, which was down the end of the street and through an alley. He would go there and beg food from people sitting on the benches outside. He looked deeply guilty when he saw me standing watching him. I can explain. Go right ahead. Yeah, kidnap me. When I was a kid, we lived near the school and my cat would listen for the recess bell and come find me on the playground. She got confused when I went to junior high and wasn't there at recess anymore. That's adorable. Yeah, that's really cute, bro. It's actually really sad as well. My family had 3 cats. 2 now. The one this comment concerns passed away this spring. 2 out of 3 liked the occasional wonder. But the third, Sophia, preferred to stay at home and be an old grumpy cat lady. She did not like other cats, people, or anyone who wasn't me or my parents. But sometimes, when I was walking home from school, I would spot her a bit away from our home, charming all the neighborhood kids for cuddles. I never intervened or acted like I noticed, and if she heard me she'd leave. But I knew. Sounds like she was a cool cat. So sorry for your loss. She knew you knew. It was an unspoken pact. Feel lucky you were selected to visually accept her offering of knowledge of the true secret of her life. My cat pretends he doesn't know who I am if he's anything further afield than our driveway. Literally just acts like I'm cramping his style. He's a prick and I adore him. My old neighborhood was home to a lot of friendly strays that my cat befriended. I'd let him out while I was at work to chill with them. He acted like he didn't know me when they were around, but really he's a baby that gets sad if I come home late. Gotta preserve that street cred. Thug cat. Not me, but my mom would tell this story every time I sang the song about Freddie Wilson's cat. Growing up, in the summer my indoor childhood cat would sit in the windows and occasionally pop out the screens. One night he did this and my mom caught him casually walking down the street when she was coming home from work. She just got out of the car and asked him exactly where the hell he thought he was going, lol. He took off into the ravine, and she prepared to have to tell very young me that our cat ran away. By the time she got through the neighborhood though, he was waiting in the carport. There is a Mexican expression, cats and drunk people, God knows how, but they always find their way home. Do you know it in Spanish? I'm curious about the phrasing. Los borrachos son como los gatos, siempre regresan a casa y nadie sabe cómo. Panicked because he doesn't like other people. Then realized it was me and acted smug that his human was with him. Yeah, I take my human for walks. Don't you? Quote. My boyfriend's cat jumped into my backpack after I got off the bus in high school. That's skillful. Mission Impossible theme starts playing in the background. She likes being near me when we're outside together. But if I try to pet her, she acts like, stop, my friends will see. So we just chill together near each other. I found him with stray cats, then he totally ignored me. When he came home later, I sat him down and had a serious talk with him about hanging out with strays. Since then, every time I bump into him, he abandons his friends and runs home, then acts all cute when I get there. Ha! I drove around the corner one time and saw my cat sitting in a circle of other cats, and I rolled down the window and I was like, smoky cloud, what on earth do you think you are doing? And his eyes snapped up and locked with mine, and all the cats scattered. Ha ha, he looked so guilty when I got home. They were definitely planning something. My current little void demon is an indoor-only cat for several reasons, but I did interact with her once outside. We lived in a caravan at the time, next to an old run-down shed. Went out one morning, with the windows open, screens closed, so she could have fresh air. Came home, parked by the shed, looked at the gap where the metal door had been bent out of shape. And there she is sitting in the doorway. My dumbass, having previously lived rurally with outdoor cats, simply looks at her and goes, oh hi girl, wait. Turns out the sneaky little fucker literally learned how to flick those little clasps to the side to open the screen. Then she'd lift it and wiggle out. Ended up watching her attempt to get out this way several times to confirm we hadn't gone crazy, and then she lost window privileges. At least your cat opened the screen. My cat will just claw himself a hole in the screen face with tears of joy. He was hanging out with some other humans while sitting on my wall. Traitor. The postal worker once asked me if I knew where the poor little stray cat came from that she'd seen hanging around my house. Apparently my cat was begging so hard she thought Kitty was homeless. A fake paw handler. My parents' cat has learned the sound of all of our car engines and knows not to be afraid. So one night, as I was driving home from work, he was out wandering the neighborhood and stopped a nice couple out for a walk to get some belly rubs. I turn onto our street. His ears perk up and her runs to the middle of the road. This couple is freaking out, trying to get him back to the side of the road cause, you know, there's a car coming. I pull off to the side, start yelling explicits at him as I get out of my car. The couple is trying to explain that he just ran to the middle of the road. They were trying to get him out of the road. They don't know who he belongs to. ECT. I apologized. Told them he's my cat and he always runs in front of our cars. Looked at him. Said, zipper. You stupid cat. Get in the car. We're going home. He jumped in and off we went. I don't know who scared the couple more. The cat running in front of the car, or the crazy woman in the car yelling at the cat. When I was in high school, my friend's cat used to come visit me at my house. Always took a picture of us cuddling to show her who the cat's favorite really was. That's adorable. Were your houses close together? No, he'd walk 18 miles there and back. Uphill both ways. I once got home from work to find my cat basically glued to the ground in front of the door crying her head off. Turns out she snuck out when my roommate got home and he didn't notice, and she was sitting there for 15 minutes. Not cats but crows that I sometimes hang out with. Sometimes they'll be doing their thing eating shit from the side of the road and I'll just be out heading to work or walking with friends and we will bump into each other. It's fucking weird because you basically have that interaction that you always have when bumping into someone you know, where you just head nod and say hey. But with a crow. How did you befriend crows? Yeah, I'd like detailed instructions too. And not just to get them to bring me cash. It's actually really easy. You can easily do it by bringing them food often. Or other shiny things. I've heard crows like shiny things. They can remember you for I believe up to 3 years. And will even guard and defend you. Crows are amazing creatures. And in my opinion, their brains can easily rival an ape's. There are videos of them using tools. Did you know that corvids, crows, magpies, ravens, even blue jays, can mimic and speak?
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.